you just joined us on the System After Dark, this is a homegrown number courtesy of E3 and Cracker. Bulla, how's it going? I'm D, your host on the System After Dark, right here on Today FM. Today's hit music. You can catch me weeknights at 7 p.m. That's from Monday to Friday, only on the home of Today's hit music. And don't forget, that's D with you every weeknight on the System After Dark. Even got that homebrew flowing.
In this bulletin, over 400 deaths in workplaces reported between 2011 to 2015. Fiji looking to reduce its trade imbalance with Australia. And war of words between leaders of Fiji and Samoa should not affect relations, says political expert. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. 413 people died at work between 2010 to 2015 in Fiji, the highest number recorded so far by the Ministry of Employment and Industrial Relations. This fatal fact was highlighted at the World OHS Day workshop on building a culture of prevention. Watisoni Raikundroka reports.
The high number of deaths in workplace recorded over the past 5 years has authorities concerned. In addition to that, 19,000 people were injured in the workplace during the same period.
Most of the injuries, most of the deaths had occurred maybe 10 years down the line. Okay? And it is reported within those periods. That's why the high numbers.
Tuivanga says most deaths in workplace are related to disease and not due to health and safety standards. Ismail Tuivanga says this is not a good picture and relying on OHS enforcement officers to police the workplace is not the solution.
The philosophy says those who create the risk has the primary responsibility to solve the problem.
The Ministry of Labour and Industrial Relations hopes that some strategies will be in place for the participants after the workshop that will create a safer workplaces in Fiji. Watisoni Raikundroka, FBC News.
Fiji wants to reduce its trade imbalance with our largest commercial partner, Australia. Speaking at an investment seminar in Suva, Assistant Trade Minister Lorna Eden says there's a huge gap in trade between the two countries.
For every dollar earned from exports, we spend $2.90 on imports from Australia.
There is a huge untapped potential for Fijian businesses in the Australian market, which we have not taken advantage of yet. It is very important that the business communities in both our countries take serious steps in identifying the barriers and finding solutions.
Eden highlights that Australian investment in Fiji is lagging. Trends indicate that Australian investment is declining. In 2014, it totaled 3.4% or $43.6 million, well behind other countries. However, the presence of these businesses signals a positive change.
Last year, we did a study in the Pacific Islands were identified as a key opportunity for expansion for our business. And when we looked closely, we recognized Fiji, I guess, as the key pivotal point for us to set up operations where we would be importing and distributing our products.
The Australian manufacturing sector is increasingly being moved offshore. Some companies are moving entire factories, in fact. So the Fiji government is asking, why not Fiji? We've been doing business with Australia for a number of years, and we understand the Australian customer and their demands. Some of them are involved in media and technology, solar energy, and even a mining company has come on board.
We looked at Fiji as an ideal opportunity to come here and explore the minerals. Now, we are waiting for the green light at the moment. I believe with the setup of a mining company that will establish a lot of employment opportunities. But this is something that is most probably going to take a bit.
These investors are being given the ins and outs of trading with Fiji. Edwin Nand, FBC News.
The Ministry of Education is calling for public submissions on the development of an information and communications technology policy to govern the use of mobiles and other electronic devices in schools. Minister of Education Dr. Mahendra Reddy says the idea is for the sector to be responsive to its changing environment. Maggie Boyle reports.
From smartphones to iPads and tablets, Mobile technology has never been more accessible, and its continued advance has changed our learning environment as we know it.
IT technologies are there and it's going to be there. We cannot ignore it. What we want to do is to see how it could be utilized to enhance student learning and how we could develop responses to discourage any negative effects of the IT revolution on our students.
Reddy says developing an ICT policy for the sector is simply being responsive to the situation we're in.
So what we have done is we have called for submission from public, members of public, on developing an ICT policy. We have given a month's time for that. After that, we will then draft a policy and again upload on our homepage calling for submissions on the draft policy. So there's 2 bites of the cherry that we are providing the public.
Submissions can be emailed, mailed or hand-delivered to the ministry.
It's understood that the push to develop the policy comes after an 18-year-old student died earlier this month from self-inflicted burns after a teacher allegedly publicly read her mobile text messages. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
And late this afternoon, Chief of Intelligence and Investigations ACP Henry Brown told FBC News that the inquest file into the alleged suicide of 18-year-old Navneeta Devi is being finalized and will be forwarded to the resident magistrate. A USP academic says Fiji and Samoa's bilateral relations should not be affected by the war of words between the leaders of the 2 nations. Eleanor Turangaivu spoke with politics expert, USP's Director of Politics and International Affairs Program, Dr. Sandra Tart.
The exchange of words between Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama and his Samoan counterpart, Tuilaepa Sailele Malielegaoi, is not new. They go back as far as December 2006, after Fiji was banned from the Pacific Islands Forum for the coup. According to politics expert Dr. Sandra Tart, despite the tension, Fiji and Samoa can still work together on some levels.
I think you'll find that at other levels, they work together, and that's the case also at the United Nations, where our countries have missions there. They work together at the United Nations. Fiji supported Samoa in being the host for the UN Summit on Small Island Developing States. Samoa supported Fiji on things like the G77. So, they do work together. I mean, this kind of outburst, it's unfortunate.
Yesterday, Samoan Prime Minister Tuilaepa called for the Pacific Islands Forum Secretariat to be moved from Suva to Apia, an issue Tart says that Samoa has raised since the early 1970s, resurfacing now and again.
There was speculation in the media amongst commentators and observers that Fiji, was trying to claim all the, regional organizations for itself, claim the benefits. Samoa was actually wanting, to host this organization. I mean, in the end, Fiji did end up with as host for some good reasons. Yeah.
Having the Pacific Islands Forum Secretariat comes with its financial benefits, which according to Tart can only be moved out if Fiji is no longer a member of the forum itself.
This, in a sense, this rivalry is nothing new. Sometimes it gets stirred up, by outside, actors or observers, making speculative comments. But at the moment, the Secretariat is here. And it will stay here.
In the latest exchange, Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama says he will not attend the Pacific Leaders Forum in Papua New Guinea in September unless the membership changes. He says New Zealand and Australia should not be members as they provide financial assistance to member countries and have their own agenda. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
The woman who was recognized globally for designing the new Fiji Airways Masi logo has passed away. Makireta Matemosi died at the age of 55 at her home in Vesari, Lami on Sunday. Her fame as a creative artist spread beyond Fiji, as her Masi motive was emblazoned on the airline's state-of-the-art Airbus A330s. As a tribute to Matemosi, the second Airbus purchase was named after her village, Namukailau. Funeral arrangements for Matemosi are being finalized. Still to come on FBC News, 30 villages along Koravotai Levu to get streetlights for the first time.
So na mo ro chumena mataka ni koni ro ne bibo ko mataka ke misa po ni ana di sambulu bida na sero go di sana no chumena kira na mo ro chumai tu na sele ni sambula oyo Mr. Ben kela pa na magikira ne bibo mataka mo ni chikira mo ro buka mena ono kene diwa ena bula FM ambala
Great words there from Lucky Dube and Babana. I hope you enjoyed that number. Different colors just for you. On Gold FM, only the classic hits. Louise with you on the Center Show. Well, thank you so much for the sweet company. This is Alana Miles, one of my favorites, and Black Velvet for you. Hi there. Join me on the Center Show every weekday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the best sounds on Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
Residents of Waimaroa in the highlands of Naitasiri have been challenged to change their mindset about how they should live. Itaukei Affairs Ministry Permanent Secretary Savanatha Kaunisela issued the challenge during a public consultation at Nambukaluka village. Akusita Tale has more.
Nambukaluka village is a 20-minute drive inland from Sawani and is hidden amongst the rugged terrains of Naitasiri. Today, the village grounds came alive as hundreds of residents came to hear messages from the Itaukei Affairs Ministry about issues that affect them.
We are not poor. We are educated. We can do and we can also compete with other ethnic groups that we have been living coexistence in the past years. If they can go into business, we can also challenge them. Into getting into the field of commerce or business.
The public consultation and government roadshow is the first of its kind organized for Nambukaluka.
Whatever the other people can do, or other groups of people can do in Fiji, we the Itaukei people can. We have the resources, we have the manpower, we have the land, we have the capability.
People turn up in numbers with questions hoping to be answered by the various government departments.
Most of us left our homes early this morning to see what the Itaukei Affairs Ministry has brought for us, and we thank the government for this.
We would like to thank the services that have been brought to us today, because many of us face problems when we come to Suva with our problems.
Most of us pay so much money to get to Suva and run around to get things done, but now we can just get new birth certificates, marriage certificates, without spending so much.
Residents also witnessed a marriage celebrant perform the civil marriage ceremony for Eloni Ralota and Rupeni Lendua. There are plans to hold public consultations in other remote parts of the country. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
Two former civil servants charged with bribery-related offences have had their plea deferred due to the unavailability of a magistrate. Avinash Lal and Pritam Singh, former employees of the Fiji Revenue and Customs Authority, will enter their plea in June. It's Lal and Singh, without lawful authority, solicited $15,000 cash from a businessman as an inducement for abstaining from performing their duties in their capacity as an auditor and a tax officer, respectively, sometime last month. Singh is also alleged to have received $7,500 cash and a check from a businessman as an inducement for abstaining from performing his duty as a tax officer. Bail has been extended for both the men. 30 villages on the Kings Road along Korovo will for the first time have streetlights. Julie Vatwaliwali reports this is part of the Fiji Roads Authority's plan of repairing and putting up new streetlights around the country.
Fulton College, Naimborembore, Nailenga, Nayabu, Nabithawatu and Malambi are just a few of the villages that would benefit from this initiative. The Fiji Roads Authority says having streetlights will make the streets safe both for drivers and the pedestrians.
Streetlights form two functions. Primarily they have a function to make driving at night time safer, and they also have a function to provide additional backlighting for pedestrians and that to be able to see where they're walking as well.
The FRA has recorded a total of 6,400 damaged streetlights around the country, and so far they have managed to repair 850. Dale Nichols says the streetlights should last 10 years, but due to Fiji's climate, most get damaged within 5 to 6 years. Streetlights should be a priority, especially on busy roads.
If we're talking about making facilities for the road users and the pedestrians, then it's on the kings and queens that we have the greatest number of pedestrians and the greatest number of vehicles. So if you're going to spend your money and make the biggest difference, then you look at those areas where you have the greatest concentration of people and vehicles.
The installation of the streetlights is expected to commence within a week. $12.8 million has been set aside for the replacement, maintenance and the implementation of streetlights around the country. Julie Vatualiwali, FBC News.
The trial of 5 people charged in relation to a multi-million-dollar scam involving the upgrade of the Nausori Highlands Road will begin in the Suva High Court on Monday. The director of TF Jan Bulldozing Company, Feroz Jan Mohammed, former civil servants Ilyesa Turangadati and Navitalai Tamanito Kula are charged with bribery, obtaining a financial advantage and abuse of office. Aise Liwayono and Vijay Prasad have been charged with causing a loss. It's alleged Mohammed allegedly paid $110,100 to Turangadati and Tamanito Kula whilst they were employed with the then Department of National Roads. Mohammed then allegedly lodged false invoices and procedures to obtain an advantage of over $3 million. Over 30 women parliamentarians from the Pacific and 21 women from the Australian and New Zealand Parliament will attend the annual Pacific Women's Parliamentarian Forum tomorrow. Hosted by Fiji for the first time, the 3-day event will focus on family violence and challenges women face in the region. Host and Speaker of the House, Dr. Chico Luveni, says it will be an opportunity for parliamentarians to network and learn best practices across the region. In its 3rd year, the forum will include male parliamentarians for the first time, with the Speaker of the House from Samoa, Nauru, Niue and Tuvalu attending.
Firstly, it's an opportunity for women parliamentarians in the Pacific, including New Zealand and Australia, to come and visit Fiji after the elections in September last year. And also, it's an opportunity for the women parliamentarians here in Fiji to network with the Pacific women parliamentarians, because it is important that we keep the partnerships so that we are able to learn from each other, have opportunities to engage with each other.
The forum is being funded by the Australian Government's Pacific Women Shaping Development Initiative. A group of students from Khalsa College in Var in the capital city, beautifying Suva by planting trees. It's all part of their Duke of Edinburgh International Programme for Leadership Action, which aims to get young people involved in activities for the benefit of their nation and communities, rather than just sitting at home. Coordinator Priya Kumar says the students, working with the Suva City Council, have planted more than 1,000 trees in just 2 days. There are 3 program levels of the International Youth Programme, and when one successfully completes them, it can lead to a bronze, silver or gold Duke of Edinburgh award.
Residential project is about helping the poor people like that, and also to learn about planting and landscape. And this program also about coming to Suva, like leaving your family and coming to experience the outer life in city, how you survive, and also you have to learn how to depend yourself when you are far away.
After 5 days of tree planting, the Khalsa College students return to Bar on Thursday. And on that note, sports is up next. Here's Jamie with the latest.
Thank you, Jackie, and good evening in sports tonight. A boost for Fiji football's under-20 side for the FIFA World Cup, and Nandi ready to defend its Vodafone Fiji Fact title. These stories and more coming up.
छू 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 हे नमस्ते फीजी, आपके हर एक प्रॉब्लम की दवा लेकर मैं आ गई हूँ 9 से 12 बजे तक आपकी सहेली रेनू। छू 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 40 में 20 का दिखना है। मैं हूँ ना आपके साथ में मिर्ची एफएम पर 9 से 12 बजे तक मंडे टू फ्राइडे। मिर्ची, इट्स हॉट।
ni warongo tu mai na Radio Fiji 1 totoka tunan raki na ngona ni kuwa ni takini ni ndoba tu mai na ngono go me ga ben na ruwa na ngo binga rabi na singale ni kuwa ni sangula vinaka oya wana kama na langi na makia na bi mataka mai na diwa kina ruwa na bi singale bo mai na moni tikina warombo ka na Radio Fiji 1 na ndo mai biti bonga ni bi ni adu.
The Vodafone Fiji Under-20 football team received a major boost today ahead of the FIFA World Cup next month. The Fiji National Sports Commission has given Fiji football a grant of $200,000 to prepare for the world event. Rohit Deo has more.
This is going to the Under-20 World Cup.
Another helping hand as the national Under-20 team prepares for the biggest stage of their age group in the sport. The Fiji National Sports Commission made it clear they want the age group teams to perform well for a good future in the sport.
Putting a lot of money behind our youth. We realise this is our main pathway in moving forward, and while our national teams may not be getting to the top, with the development of our under-17s and our under-20s and soccer.
The Fiji Football Association was all smiles as the cash input was a big relief.
We are in the tough pool. The first match we are playing is against Germany. They're the top #1 team in the world, but we will make efforts. We have been preparing. We have got assistance from Oceania as well, by way of Frank Farina being with us, and the boys are in camp. It's quite expensive affair, but nonetheless, we are making efforts to meet the commitment. And once again, Peter, convey our sincere appreciation to your commission and to the government as well.
The Under-20 side plays 2 warm-up matches in Australia before the tournament kicks off in New Zealand on May 30th. Fiji plays its first match against Germany at 1 p.m. on the 1st of June. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
Vodafone Fiji fact defending champions Nandi will not underestimate any team when the tournament starts this weekend. The side will meet Nandrunga in its first pool match on Sunday. Josephine Navula has the details.
The pressure is on Nandi to take the title back to the Jet Set town for the 3rd year in a row. President Navnida Gaundar says they are not taking any of their opponents lightly.
All the teams are very top teams in the competition, and we don't underestimate any team, but we'll give our best.
The team will miss the services of 5 key players. However, Gaundar is not letting that affect preparations, saying they have a pool of players to select from.
We have got this trophy for the last 2 years. And that's what I have said, that it's a pressure time, that we're playing at home again. And we'll do our best with the young boys and the experienced boys. We'll do our best. And hopefully that everything comes in our favor on Sunday.
Nandi's opening match is against Nandrunga at 2 p.m. at Govind Park in Ba on Sunday. Josephine Navula, FBC Sports.
Sports administrators from around the region have begun the meetings in Suva ahead of the ONOC General Assembly to be held on Saturday. Today, the respective NOCs took part in the Olympic Forum in the build-up to the 2016 Rio Olympics. Delegates were told about the processes that will be involved in Brazil next year and how each association needs to work to ensure a smooth preparation phase. The IOC President Thomas Bach will also be in the country from Thursday for the Assembly.
I think the main focus of President Bach's visit is to update the region on Agenda 2020. There's quite a lot of significant changes in terms of how the NOCs, the federations of sport and IOC will be working with more focus on the athlete. So I think he'll be talking about that mainly.
The General Assembly ends on Saturday. The Fiji Athletics Association has received some much-needed financial assistance for its Pacific Games campaign in July. Official sponsors Bank of the South Pacific today presented a check of $5,000 to the association. The money will be used for preparations and participation at the regional event. The Pacific Games will be held from the 4th to the 18th of July in Papua New Guinea. The newly renovated Nandi Sports Club will be officially opened this Saturday. After receiving a $800,000 facelift, the club is ready to serve the Jet Set town while it's with its upgraded sporting facilities. Situated near Nandi town and home to a number of national reps, the club is expected to, from various sports rather, the club is expected to host international tournaments in the future. Minister for Youth and Sports, Laisinea Tuitumbo, will be chief guest at the opening ceremony. That's it from Sports Tonight. It's back to Jackie now with business.
The Fiji Revenue and Customs Authority has appointed 4 new senior managers as part of its transformation exercise. Chief Executive Chitoko Tikolevu says the exercise will map FIRCA's journey into becoming a world-class organization that they aspire to be. A few key appointments will be announced in the future. FIRCA did not renew the contracts of 3 senior managers after they expired. Earlier this month, Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama told the FIRCA CEOs Forum that he had received a lot of complaints about the poor professional conduct of staff. He said FIRCA's job is to be enthusiastic in raising the revenue, but that enthusiasm should not extend to behaving in an inappropriate or unlawful manner. Fine weather prevailed over the country today due to a trough of low pressure. We're under the influence of southeasterly winds, bringing us lower temperatures and cool nights. Lambasa was the hottest centre today, the Bambasinga town recording 33 degrees on the temperature chart. Suva, Lautoka and Savusavu were the coolest places, recording 29 degrees. Tonight will be cool with a low temperature of 18 forecast for most areas. Tomorrow sees a chance of brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. The outlook for Thursday, more of the same, fine apart from a few brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. And recapping our main stories. Over 400 deaths in workplaces reported between 2011 and 2015. Fiji looking to reduce its trade imbalance with Australia. And war of words between leaders of Fiji and Samoa should not affect relations, says political expert. Now to the poll question for this week, we're asking, should there be more organised activities for students during the school holidays? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That's news for tonight. See you again tomorrow at the same time. Nimo Demanda.
घर संसार में आपका स्वागत है। आपका अपना छोटा सा स्वर, जहाँ प्यार भरे रिश्ते पलते हैं, जहाँ हेल्थी रहने की सलाह दी जाती है, जहाँ हम आपको और भी सुंदर बनाते हैं और जहाँ स्वाद की सौगात भी है। नमस्कार, मैं हूँ पल्लवी। सोमवार से शुक्रवार 9 से 12 तक रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर घर संसार में शामिल रहिए मेरे साथ।
ऐसा सुंदर सपना अपना